Hello and welcome in, my fellow nerds. It's me, Matt, aka Makazi007, coming at you with another pickups video, this time for the month of December 2025. Oh boy, did we get a lot of stuff. You could probably see in the thumbnail, there's a lot of kind of random things this month. I will say, for once, I think the sales, Black Friday, was very good to me. Also, we went out for Erica's birthday in December, and so we decided to go around and do a little shopping, and I picked up a couple things then as well. But yeah, the sales were pretty substantial this time around. I will say I typically don't normally buy a lot of stuff on sale when it comes to Black Friday. I usually don't have the extra money around that time of the year. And I always tell myself every year, next year I will try and have a little bit of extra money so that I can go in on some of these sales. And for once this year, I actually had a little bit of extra money to play around with. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on Whatnot app, and I'm going to go on the online stores like Playasia and stuff and just see what I can get with maybe some free shipping or whatever other Black Friday deals they were running. And so I will say, again, it was pretty substantial. We got a couple good manga. We got some parts, which I will say something I've been trying to do this year throughout the year was naturally find missing pieces to games I already own, whether it's a new box or a new manual or the game itself, because I already own the box and manual. And I've been kind of struggling. I went to a couple game conventions. I found a few things here and there. I believe in November's pickup video was when I had revealed I got Custom Robo. So like I have been getting a few pieces, but it's near the end of the year. And so I finally just went on eBay, bit the bullet, and found a couple manuals. That was my goal. I was like, let me get a couple manuals. I'm not going to get some game discs, but I'm going to try and get some manuals at least. Because to me, getting game discs on eBay is a little bit more risky, just because, you know, if the game comes in and doesn't work, then you got to fight with the person and tell them it doesn't work. Whereas a manual, it's like you can tell from the pictures like whether it's going to be torn up and shredded or not. And so you can get pretty clean manuals. And I will say the couple that I got were hella clean. But yeah, so this month I did go a little bit overboard, a little crazy. I will say January and February in general are just gonna be crazy in terms of video content creation, because whereas a lot of YouTubers are kind of putting out their videos now for their recaps of 2025, I feel like I'm gonna try and do that stuff in January and February, is a lot of the recap stuff, because sometimes some of the recaps don't even come out until January, like Nintendo's I don't think comes out until mid-January. And so I want to make sure that I can compile all the games that I played and beat and went through this year. So my plan is probably late January, maybe late February is when you're going to start seeing kind of like reviews of 2025 and like games that I beat, games that I played, as well as goals for next year. I thought about doing the goals for 2026 in this video, but I decided to keep this as just a pickups only. And then next month, I'll do a separate smaller video just going over some of my gaming and YouTube/streaming goals. Genuinely, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the videos if you like them. But without further ado, let's get into what I picked up for the month of December 2025. All right, so here we go. We're going to get started because there is a lot to get through. As I don't think we always start with manga, but today we are going to start with the manga again because, you know, that's what's on the top of my pile over here. So first off, we got Colorless, volume number 3. Now, I have not started reading this series yet. I have volumes 1, 2, I think it's 5, 6, and 7. So I decided to get number 3 because I was missing this one. And basically, once I get 4, I'll probably start running through this manga. I wanted to try and find them sooner rather than later, but I just didn't get a chance to find them, unfortunately. So, but I did find this one, volume 3. I don't really know too much about what the story's about. I just know that it's called Colorless. It's black and white, but like, I guess color was taken from the world, and the protagonist is basically fighting back and kind of regaining colors back into the world. That's what I remember the story basically being, but again, I haven't read it yet. I just read a synopsis a while back and then saw volumes 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7 in the store and was like, yeah, I'll pick these ones up, and eventually when I find 3 and 4, I'll actually get started on reading it. So I still need one more. If I can just find volume 4, I can get started on reading this one. But until then, we'll see how it ends up being. Next up, we got another Dandadan. Yes, Dandadan, volume 16. Now, there's not really any spoilers on this one this time around, just kind of like general foolishness and stuff. But yes, I did get volume 16. I have already read volume 16, and I can tell you Oh boy, this manga is crazy. The story in this is crazy, and I cannot wait for season 3. I think it was just announced as a recording of this video not too long ago. I think season 3 isn't going to come out until 2027, unfortunately. I think a lot of anime fans are going to be a little upset that it's not coming out 2026, but 2026 is just going to be a stacked anime year. I can feel it already with what's coming out in January. So I think Dandadan, just let it come out in 27, let it be polished, let the animation be good, let the story be good, and it'll be good. I think people are really going to enjoy this. I know there's a lot of people who fell off after the first episode because of certain, events that happen, but I feel like just like with Goblin Slayer, it's like once you get past that first episode where they do that kind of shock value thing, it's like the story is fine and you can just keep going and it's not as bad as the first episode. But yeah, Dandadan is definitely one to watch. If you're impatient until 2027, I definitely recommend picking up the mangas because the mangas are a great read. They're funny, they're fun to read, they're interesting, and they're just crazy all around. And last up on the manga is finally, after literally almost a decade of putting this off, I have decided to finally start buying and reading the Berserk series. Yes, I am hella behind. Rest in peace, Kentaro Miura. I really wish I had started reading this when you were still alive, but I'm glad I'm finally starting it now. As you can tell, this is, creased and is a very used copy. This is definitely one that is going to be sealed when you find it. Even used, they had resealed it because there is, some adult and gore scenes and stuff like that in this. You can see from here, I haven't finished reading the entire first volume, mostly because I've been enjoying it. I started it. I have watched the anime. I didn't watch the newer one. I didn't watch Berserk 2016. I didn't watch the movies. I only watched the old 90s one, and ever since then, I'm like, I really need to get into this manga. It's something that everyone tells me I would enjoy. Back in college when I was first, kind of becoming a big metalhead, people were like, oh, you've got to read Berserk. It's like the most metal manga out there, and I just never got around to it. So I'm finally starting it. I finally decided to get the normal volumes instead of the giant collector's editions. And then I think one of my goals for next year, for 2026, is going to be to try to not catch up fully to Berserk, but at least get halfway to wherever it is now. I think it's in volume 44, 45, something like that. So we'll see how far I end up getting. But super excited. I'm super glad I ended up picking this up finally. And I can't wait to read more. Next up is a little something different. We did kind of do this last month as well, but this month we got parts of games. So last month we got Custom Robo, to complete that, to make it complete in box. And this month I decided I was tired of waiting around trying to find these things IRL, because that is my goal, to complete all the games that I have incomplete. I don't do full copies or complete in boxes for Game Boy games and N64 and SNES and stuff. But for GameCube specifically, I have a bunch of games that are missing manuals. I have a bunch of boxes missing manuals and games, and I have a bunch of games missing boxes and manuals. And so I decided to just finally go on eBay, because I can't find these things in conventions and at stores, and start getting some of the manuals, because my goal this year was to get as many as possible, and I really didn't get that many. So I went on eBay and I found a couple good ones. I gave them some offers, and I was able to pick up the manual for Future Tactics. Now you can see from this, it came like this in this little plastic seal. This is a clean ass manual. My God, I don't remember how much I paid for this manual, but I remember looking up the price charting on all the manuals before I bought them, and I did pay slightly under price charting, because most of them were priced above price charting, and with eBay fees and all that stuff, it's there's not a lot of wiggle room. But I ended up getting Future Tactics, the Uprising for the GameCube, because I'm only missing this for the GameCube. And so now that I have this, I can take out my copy of Future Tactics, rip off the needs manual sticky notes, and make it complete. And yes, I am doing this live on camera because it's satisfying. I said this back with Custom Robo. Custom Robo was a little bit more unique because the game was broken, but look at that. Future Tactics complete. Now, before we move on to the next manual that I got, I did end up picking up something else, because part of the problem with some of these incomplete ones is, yes, I have the manual, and this is going to sound silly, but I decided to get the other piece, which is these little Nintendo GameCube precautions booklets. Now, if you know anything about GameCube's games, they all come with these little booklets with the manual. However, when buying manuals on eBay, they usually don't sell them together. So I went and found someone who was selling a lot of 10 of these, and I bought them as well. So now this game can be officially 100% complete. And I know it's silly. I feel like it is silly, especially because, like, I don't know, half the time you don't even end up reading the manual, but, like, something about these, like, case games, these plastic case games, like your GameCube, your PS2s, and stuff like that, I like them to be complete. I don't know why. I don't really ever plan on selling them, but if I do, this will definitely up their value. So now, Future Tactics, The Uprising is complete. And another weird thing about me is I have noticed that I typically don't play incomplete games, because this is one I've been wanting to play for a while, and I kept telling myself, like, I'll wait till I get the manual. I don't know why. That's such a weird thing, a weird hang-up. But let me know down in the comments below if you also have that hang up. I feel like that's a really rare one. Next up, for the manuals, we also got Disney's Party. This is a game I got at convention a long time ago that just was incomplete. And I said to myself, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll get the manual eventually. It took me forever, and I finally found one that wasn't like a hellishly bad price. And same thing, I got this from the same seller, if I remember correctly. And once again, just like super hella clean manual, dude. Like, this looks like it's never been opened. You know what I mean? Like, there's slight wearing back here. You can barely see it on the camera, but like this manual feels like it's almost never been open. And once again, we got 10 of these, so I'm gonna add this to this and add it to its case. And here we go. It's new home. Get rid of this need manual label. And there you go. Disc is now going to be going from disc and box only to complete. And this is another game that I bought this with the intention of playing with Erica, because it's a party game and we just never got around to playing it. So maybe soon, now that I've got it complete. Next up, we got 2 manuals here, and we'll go through them one at a time, but they came together like this because I got them from the same seller. And the first one is Zelda the Four Swords Adventurer. Like, this is supposedly a really cool game. The only issue with it is, like, you kind of need, like, the Game Boys and the hookups and stuff. So I don't know if I'll ever end up being able to play this to its fullest potential, like with multiple people, but it does have single player as well, from what I understand, so I can play this. And once again, it didn't come with its extra parts, but I do have the precautions booklet here. And here we go. Need manual gone. We're going to open her up. And now this, actually, this one does have its precaution booklet. So funny enough, I guess I don't need that one. But funny enough, this game, when I bought it, did come with this extra stuff, which Four Swords usually came with, and a precautions booklet. It just was missing only the manual. So I guess I can just put you right in there. It almost feels like a shame to clamp this in. It's so damn clean. But now we got a nice, complete Legend of Zelda Four Sword Adventures. And last but certainly not least for the manuals, we got a big one. Tales of Symphonia. Now, Tales of Symphonia is one of those games that can be a little on the pricey side to get complete in box. I don't even remember where I got this game from, if I'm being honest with you. But I do have it here. It does need its manual, and so we're going to rip the sticky note off and put it in. Like, this is another one. I do have the precautions booklet and both discs. Because, yes, back then, some games needed more than one. And now we have our full manual. It just, honestly, it just feels so good to just complete these games, man. Like, I know that sounds really stupid, but, like, I don't know. It's almost as satisfying as beating the game. But beating the game will be a lot more fun. Hopefully we can get to these games really soon. But, and just to kind of clarify, here's the other stack of these that I got. Again, it was like, buy one, I think, for like $3, or buy a set of 10 for like, I think it was like $6 or $7. So I was like, might as well get 10. I'm sure there's going to be more cases that I'm going to have to fill with these. And these usually go for like $1 or $2. So I was like, might as well go ahead and pick up some of those. Next up is another weird thing that I bought, and that is this Wii dual charging docking station. I actually had one of these as a kid when I first had my Nintendo Wii. I don't think it was this brand, though, this Miiway brand. I'm pretty sure mine was Nyko, but it looked exactly the same. Like, it had the blue side for the batteries. I think this part was gray instead, if I remember correctly. instead of this version of a grip, and then this part looked exactly the same, only with a different emblem. And yeah, I mean, this thing is still in box. Like, I got this from a it's got the little thing here. I got this from a Whatnot app person. Like, I'll be honest with you, I was just scrolling through, and on their thing it said they were selling Wii stuff. So I clicked on it, and he had this for sale, and I missed it, and no one bid on it. So then someone else in the chat had asked him to redo it, and so when he redid it, I was like, I'm not missing my chance this time. So I ended up buying it for less than $10. I think it was like $9, and then with shipping and stuff, it turned out to be maybe like $13. But like, damn, like that's a steal for something like this. Something like this, sealed and everything, probably, I would guesstimate, would go for at least $20 if I found this in a store. And so I'm really happy to get this because I have been playing my Wii a lot more recently, and I've been just burning through batteries. So really happy to get this, and I need to open this guy, plug it in, and start actually using it. And hopefully it still works, because this is old. It is a battery. I'm looking at it, and like all the connectors and stuff seem super clean. So I don't think there's going to be any bleed or anything from these. So this should be a really, really good purchase. I don't know if they're going to last forever, but if this even just lasts for the next 5 years, well worth the money. Absolutely worth the money. $10. What a steal. And now we can finally start getting to the actual games that I got this month. And again, I got a lot of these, maybe all of them, on sale through the various different Black Friday deals and just like Cyber Monday and all that other stuff. We're going to start off today with, I believe, some PlayStation. I feel like I usually start off with the Switch stuff and the Nintendo stuff, but today we're going to start off with PlayStation. And looking through this pile, we're going to start off with some PS5. We got Sea of Stars for the PS5. Now, I'll be honest with you, I wanted this game for the Switch, but this one was on sale, and it was like pretty much like dirt cheap. I bought a lot of the stuff off of VGP, which I will leave a link down in the description below. It's not an affiliate link, but I do sometimes buy stuff on VGP because it is a Canadian website, and because of that, the prices are a little bit lower. And they were also running a deal, so most of the games you're about to see, I got on VGP because they were just running a really, really good sale. So yes, I got Sea of Stars, and I played this game on the Xbox Game Pass and loved it. But I got rid of Xbox and got rid of my Game Pass, so I wanted to rebuy it. Again, I was going to get it on Switch because I was going to play on Switch too, but I just couldn't pass up the chance that this PS5 version was just really cheap. And so I ended up getting this. And I did get a PS5 for myself like not too long ago, so I will definitely be playing this on my own profile. Next up was another game that I also got on sale, and that is Metaphor ReFantazio. This game of the year from IGN, and it's Best RPG winner 2024 for the Game Awards. This game had a lot of buzz around it. A lot of people love this game, and so when I saw it again, it was on sale from VGP. I added it to the list, and honestly, I think I added like 10 games, and then I whittled down the ones that I was like, I could wait on that one. Next up is Space Marine 2. Now, I did have this digitally on the Xbox, and I love this game. This game is so sick. I decided to rebuy it on PS5, which is something I don't typically do. I do not typically rebuy video games. But I decided to buy this because of two reasons. One, I really wanted to own it physically. And two, I still sometimes play this with my friend, and so I wanted to still play it even though I got rid of my Xbox. And so I got it on PS5. We just have such a great time with it. Like, I've always been a big Warhammer fan since I was a kid. Seeing that franchise just kind of take off the way it has over the last like year or two has been awesome. The episode on the Amazon Prime show and this game have just been fantastic, and I can't wait to see what Henry Cavill does with the franchise in movie or TV show format, whatever he ends up doing. Next up is a game that Erica's been asking for a while, and I've honestly been keeping an eye on, waiting for a sale, and that is Astrobot on the PS5, man. I've been dying to play this game for so long. Ever since it came out, it's so amazing. I played Astrobot's Playroom, I think earlier this year or last year, and loved it. And I started playing a little bit of the VR Astrobot game, but I didn't finish it. I got to get back on that, but I definitely want to start this up real soon. I think maybe, I don't want to give a timeline, but maybe early next year, this guy's going to be open, and I'm going to start trying to play this one. Next up is a game that I got for Erica for her birthday because we happened to be in a store. I was like, let me get her, a couple games for her birthday. So this one she got in store when we were out and about shopping, and that is Tekken 8. Now, one thing you got to know about Erica is she's a huge fighting game fan, and she actually loves Tekken. She's played 1 through 5, if I remember correctly, but she said she hasn't played 6 or 7, so she doesn't really know the story as much anymore. But we were in the store. They had 7 and they had 8, I think, in store, but she decided to get 8 because she just wanted to play the newest one. And we've kind of been enjoying the story mode a little bit right now. I think she's definitely going to have to go back and get 6 and 7 at some point and play them so she can fully understand what the hell is going on. But so far, this game has been pretty cool. We've been playing the story. I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fighting game person because I'm not good at them, but this game has some interesting characters, and we've generally been having a pretty good time so far with it. So we'll see. We'll probably try and complete the storyline soon, and then she'll probably try and make me play her 1v1 and just kick my butt. Next up is a game that I got Erica for her birthday, and that is Helldivers 2 on the PS5. Now, this game I also got on VGP, but this one I got for the purpose of getting it for her birthday. And the reason I got this is because she has it digitally on her computer, but unfortunately it just doesn't run well on her computer because it's old. And so she's been dying to play it again with me and some of our friends. And so I was like, for her birthday, I'm going to make sure that I get Helldivers 2 so we can start playing together again. And since we bought this, as you can tell, it's already open. We've already played it a bunch of times. I don't know what it is about this game because Erica doesn't really like shooters all that much, but like this in Fortnite for some reason she loves. So I think maybe now that she's older, she appreciates the shooter genre a little bit more than she did when she was a kid. And so games like this where it's like a not really just co-op shooter, but like a team-based shooter, I think she really enjoys. And so we have a good time with them. And next up, and I think this is the final PS5 game, and it's also technically a gift for Erica for her birthday, is Expedition 33. Now, Claire Obscura Expedition 33 has been just all over this year. Ever since it came out, I want to say last March or April, everyone's been playing it and loving this game, and it's been in our faces, on our feeds all the time. And I kept telling Erica, like, you know, we definitely need to get this game and play it at some point. Now, I'm not a huge RPG fan. I do like the idea of RPGs. I just feel like I never have enough time for them. And so that's why I haven't bought it until now. But it was on sale. Again, I got this on VGP with the other games. And it wasn't a huge sale, but it was a little bit discounted. Again, Canadian prices make it a little bit cheaper for us here in America as well. And so I ended up picking this guy up for her. She said she wants to basically start it ASAP, but she hasn't opened it yet. I'm assuming, I think early next year, she's going to start this one up. And I don't know if I want to play it or if I want to just watch her play it yet. I haven't really decided yet. I have a feeling that I'm probably going to end up watching her play, and then maybe we'll switch back and forth because they said the combat is a little tough in this one to get used to. And I think she's going to struggle a little bit, so maybe I'll have to come in Big Brother a little bit and and help play it. It looks like a cool game. Ever since it was first announced, it looked cool. I know there's a lot of controversy around this game nowadays. For many different reasons, including the fact that it won a lot at the Game Awards. Some people don't consider it an indie game, some people do, as well as as a recording of this video, it was up for Indie Game of the Year and then got disqualified for using some AI assets as placeholders. And basically, I don't know if they lied or omitted or just forgot when they submitted for the award. They were asked if they used AI, they said no, and it turns out that they actually did, so they got disqualified. But either way, I think this game is going to be a blast, and I hope she starts it soon, honestly. I truly do. And that's it for the PS5 games, so it was a lot. Okay, and next up for the PS4, something that I actually got Erica as a stocking stuffer kind of gift was Kingdom Hearts, the story so far. Now, the reason I got this for Erica was because she's a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, but she doesn't have all the games. She has 1 and 2. I don't think she has 3, and I also don't think she has any of like these other like PSP games and stuff. She definitely has one of the DS games. I just don't remember which one. But this is just like a complete collection. And so I'm not sure if 3 is on here. I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 is on this. But it does have basically everything else. So I figured this would be a great all-in-one package if she ever wants to replay the games, to be able to go through a lot of the other ones that she just didn't have because they were on weird systems and stuff. Because that's a big problem with the Kingdom Hearts franchise, is besides this and Kingdom Hearts 3 being both on the PS4, before this existed, you'd have to go through like 5 different systems to get every single game, ranging from PlayStations to Game Boys, and like that's just kind of messy. I know like God of War also has this kind of an issue where like some of the God of War games are on PSP, so if you want like everything, you're gonna have to get multiple systems. But this is a great neat little package, and she opened it already. This is filmed after she's opened it, and she loved it. So good looks for GameStop. I got it used actually, and it comes 2 discs, which I didn't know at first, but yeah, it comes 2 discs. I think it's separated by discs on the back. I'm not actually sure. 9 things on here, so I don't know which is on which. I'd have to take a look and see. But yeah, it's a good little collection. But next up, we do have one PS4 game. We ended up getting this when we were at the store because it's a game I've always wanted to play, and I saw it for a good price, and I was like, let's finally get it. It's the co-op game, It Takes Two. Now, this game, I feel like if you're a married couple, or even if you're not married, if you're just a couple, I feel like everyone around you is like, oh, you need to play this game. I've had like 3 to 4 different people tell me, you need to play this. It's made for people who are couples. And we have started it. We haven't gotten super far, but we have started it. We have played a good amount of it in recent weeks, and we have been having a good time with it. Like, it's a lot of fun. There are some mini games in the story where you play against each other, and it kind of keeps track like a score. And I will say so far, we've only done 2 out of the 3 we found, and those have been really fun, the little mini games. But overall, just the gameplay itself is really fun. I will say it's a little, it's an older game, it is PS4. It has a little jank here and there. I've noticed a couple times. I'll like jump somewhere or try to do something that doesn't work perfectly right. But I mean, the gameplay is fun and the story's good. So I will say probably by the end of December or at least the end of January, we'll probably have this game beat for sure. We just got to find a little more time. Next up is some PS2 games. These are all, I'm looking at them now. I believe I got all 3 of these on the Whatnot app. I'm just looking at them real quick. Yes, I got all 3 of these on the Whatnot app. And honestly, I just happened to find this guy who was selling a bunch of games, and he was doing sudden death, which is my favorite way of bidding on games on the Whatnot app because it kind of prevents people from like winning and like drawing out the thing if you could just snipe it. And so I sniped these 3 games, and then someone else in the chat noticed I was sniping, and he started sniping, and he sniped like 4 games that I wanted. So unfortunately, I couldn't get all the games from that auction, but I was able to pick up 3, and the first one is Alter Echo. Now, I have never heard of this game before. I will fully admit I have never ever heard of this game before. It is complete in box. All of these, by the way, were complete in box as it stands. But I've just never heard of it. And honestly, I didn't really know much about it when I bid on it. And then when it came in, I read the back description and I was like, you know what, this does sound like a really cool game. So I'm glad I bid on it. And that's something that I like about the PS2 era for me specifically is there's a lot of games I've never even heard of. And so when I go to conventions or stores and I see games like this that are under $30 and they look interesting enough, I'm willing to put, some time into it. I'm willing to put it in the backlog. Maybe someone on Nerd Talk Radio will pick this game soon to be the backlog game that I play, and then I'll have a good time with it. But until then, we'll see. Maybe I'll play it soon, maybe not. But yeah, Alter Echo. Let me know down below in the comments if you've heard of this game before and if you think I should play it instead of waiting on it. So, next up is a JRPG called Ephemeral Fantasia. Now, this is another one that I almost missed out on. I'll be honest with you, the guy almost outbid me. Again, complete in box with manual and disc. And I don't know, it just looked like a cool JRPG. On the Whatnot app, when you're playing Sudden Death, you really only get a couple of minutes to decide, and they usually just show you the front. They barely ever even show you the inside and the back. They'll go like this, and then they'll stick to the front. But based off of the artwork and stuff, and based off of the little bit on the back I could see, it looks pretty good. It looks like a kind of standard JRPG game, but I don't know. The artwork looks good, and I think it'll be fun. So I got to look up how much this is, like how long to beat this one is, and that'll depend if I'll try and play it sooner rather than later. But again, if you've heard of this game before, let me know down in the comments below. Maybe I should play it sooner. If you've heard about it and you want me to play it sooner, let me know. And the last PS2 game which I got from that auction is a game called Black. Now, I've heard of this game back when I was a kid. It's just kind of like your kind of almost bog standard, FPS game. Very military shooter style. There was a lot of these back in the day for PS2, Xbox 360, and I think PS3 a little bit here and there too. There's so many FPS games, And a lot of them were just fun. Like, they were just mindless fun. Back when EA used to make really good games, they made a lot of really dumb little games that, you know, were not super time-wasting games, and you could just kind of run through them and have a good time. And from what I remember, I think people I knew who played this said it was pretty good. So if it's not too long, maybe this will be a nice, quick little romp through nostalgia. All right, and it looks like we're getting to the Switch 2. Yes, I did get a Switch 2 game this month. It is kind of rare for me because I really don't get game key cards. So if it's a physical game that I'm going to try and play sooner rather than later for the Switch 2, because those games are kind of expensive, I'll pick it up. And there is one physical game that is, I got this on Playasia, which again, I'll leave down in the description below, playasia.com. Again, not affiliate or anything like that, but if you want to try and look at games yourself, this is an import, and it is Majogami, The Witch of Luludidia. Yeah, that sounds right. This is one of those games where I watch some physical game content, and the guys from Physical Paradise or the guy from Physical Paradise was kind of pushing people to try and support this game because it's a true physical on the cart, and it's Japan only. Or Asia only, maybe? I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the Asia only one is the one. No. I think it's Japan and Asia are the ones that have English on them and are physical, true physicals. And so I went back and forth because the gameplay looks okay. It's not like it's, oh man, I'm dying to play it. But I was like, you know what? I don't have a lot of Switch 2 games. So I was like, let me get a Switch 2 game. And so I ended up getting this. It does look interesting, and I'm hoping it's not a long game, and then maybe I can run through this quickly. I am currently playing Pokemon ZA, which is taking up a lot of my time. I think once Pokemon is done for me, I will try and jump back onto Donkey Kong. But if this is a short game, I might play this one first and then go to Donkey Kong. Next up is the Switch 1 games. Now, the reason I went onto Playasia in the first place was to get this next game, and that is the Atelier Ryza DX Trilogy Pack. Now, I will say this is a franchise I've been wanting to get into for a minute. I do have the first two games original, not the DX versions. When I heard they were coming out with the DX Trilogy Pack, I was like, oh, you know, maybe I should get it because unfortunately 1 and 2 specifically are kind of hard to find and expensive. I don't think 3 is yet, but it might become expensive. I don't know. But now that they have the DX versions, I feel like this was the definitive way to play the game. And apparently, I haven't opened it, but apparently there is a typo on this, on the spines of one of these games, which is kind of funny. Actually, you know what? I should actually open this. That's the problem with these cardboard boxes is sometimes you use one of these knives and you accidentally scratch the box up. But here we go. Official unboxing. Let's put that away. But yeah, I kind of want to check this one out. I'm not going to lie. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. I usually don't do this, just open games. Funny enough, when I first started collecting for the Switch, I did do that a lot. I would just open games randomly as soon as I bought them, whether I played them or not. What the hell's with this box? Okay. Sorry about that. You can see from the bend here, I had to fight to open this thing. I don't typically like these cardboard boxes because they're a little tougher to open. But yeah, so here's the games. They do come in their own individual wraps and stuff. So we got Atelier Ryza 1, 2, and 3 DX versions. And apparently there is a typo on the side. Oh yeah, there it is. Atelier Ryza, Every Darkness, and The Secret Hideout. It's supposed to be Ever Darkness. So yeah, there is a typo on the spines of these. Wow, that's kind of funny. I wonder if they're going to fix that in future iterations. I'm not going to contact the company or anything like that because it's not very important. Again, I do own 1 and 2 on their natural states before the DX versions. Other than that, I have also heard one of the other reasons I wanted to check is because I have also heard another problem some people have had is they'll get the triple pack, they'll open it and find out they have 2 copies of one game and they're missing one. So I should have opened this a long time ago to check, but I'm glad I opened it now here on camera as proof just in case. But yeah, so I got the Atelier Ryza DX Trilogy Pack. This is a game franchise. I do think there's 2 franchises next year I really want to try and dive into, and this is one of them. I really want to dive into this. I really want to dive into Fire Emblem. I know I've been saying that for months now, and I did buy 2 Fire Emblem games with the purpose of starting that franchise and just haven't yet. But I'm hoping next year 2026, I'm really going to try hard to dive into gaming because this past year, 2025, I looked back, I started gathering some materials for a video idea that I have, going over the games that I played and beat in the last year. in 2025. And I got to say, I did not beat a lot of games. I did play quite a few, which was nice. But I think my goal is to really surpass that next year. And I'll talk more about that in a goals video that I might film later on and put out maybe in February. Next up, there's some DS games, or I guess 3DS games that I ended up getting. And all of the ones you're about to see are all sealed, and I got them all on the Whatnot app, which I'll got to be honest with you guys, I've been kind of coming around on it. I did a review on the Whatnot app a while back. You can see the review on this channel if you'd like, and I wasn't really 100% sold on it. I thought it had some good qualities, but it also was kind of plagued by certain things. But now I realize the best way to use the Whatnot app is definitely just going to sudden death lobbies and just bidding on it. You know, I thought it was cool at first that, like, oh, if you bid last second, it increases time to give people more time. But unfortunately, that ends up bloating the bids past what a lot of these games are worth. But if you do sudden death, sometimes you can get some good deals. And this guy was selling a ton of 3DS games. No one was bidding on them because his minimum bid was $10 on each one. And I got every single one of these sealed for $10 a piece, plus taxes and shipping, of course. But first up is The Legend of Korra, A New Era Begins. Now, I like the Legend of Korra series from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I've seen this game for sure, like on shelves before, and I was always like kind of off-put by a lot of these like franchise games. But recently, Metal Jesus did a video with JRPG Life where they went through 10 hidden gems on the DS or the 3DS, because JRPG Life just completed their North America collection, and so he went with them to tell him some games that he should look out for, and this was one of them. And when they described this game as a tactics-based game, I was kind of sold. They said it was a hidden gem, and they said it was a pretty good tactics game, which you can see here on the back, and that's pretty cool to me. And it's also, I believe they also mentioned that this is like not going through the story of what is already on TV. This is actually like its own separate thing. So I'm pretty excited to actually play this. And this may be something I start up early in the new year, because again, I did get them all sealed. You can kind of tell this one's a little on the yellowed side because the seal is broken up here. That's fine. I'm honestly not like, crazy about stuff like that, because again, I play the games that I buy. I don't buy sealed games to keep them forever or to get them rated or anything like that. So I'm pretty excited. I think next year I definitely want to dive into my DS collection a lot more, and this will be probably top 3 on the first 3 that I'll play. I still got that Fire Emblem game I really want to play, this game, and then I bought that DBZ game last month that I also really want to play. So next up is Theatrhythm Final Fantasy. Theatrhythm. Yeah. Final Fantasy. This game I've actually seen in the arcade before. I've seen this game on as an arcade cabinet. It looks like it's just really like a rhythm game that plays through all of the old like Final Fantasy games. I don't know which ones it goes through. I can't judge by the characters because I've never played a lot of the Final Fantasies, or actually any of them really. And so I obviously recognize a couple characters, but I believe this goes through the first, I want to say 7 or 10 games, just as the Final Fantasy series. So it does have local co-op play too, which would be nice. But yeah, Erica likes Final Fantasy games a little bit more than I do, so maybe she'll get more enjoyment out of this. But I've seen this. I think it's also on the Switch. I decided to get it on the 3DS because, again, it was sealed. Like, this is all factory sealed, super clean, and $10. Like, can't really beat that. You know what I mean? Next up, I got another sealed 3DS game here from the Whatnot app, and that was Cubic Ninja Action Adventure Twisted. Now, this is a cool little game where you actually have to use, like, the motion of the 3DS in order to play it. Like, you actually have to move it around and stuff to move your ninja guy through the obstacles. This was another one that was on that Hidden Gems video I mentioned earlier, and again, $10. You just can't beat it. I quickly just kind of looked up what a lot of these games are worth, and sealed, every single one of these games I got a good deal on. When I open them, they will still be worth about the $10 I paid. So honestly, just getting them all sealed was hella worth it. This one does have a sticker on the back, but again, I don't really care about that stuff, about what's on the seals, because I will be opening these games eventually. But yeah, this was another one of those Hidden Gems video games, and so when he had it, I mean, he looked at all of his games at once and said, yeah, we're starting at $10 for all of them, and I saw a ton of Hidden Gems, specifically from that video, that I was like, I don't understand why no one is bidding on any of these, but I'll take each one for $10. Why not? So next up was another one, Bit Trip Saga. Now, Bit Trip is also, I believe, on the Nintendo Switch. It might also be on PS4, PS5. But again, $10, and it's on the 3DS, which I feel like this is a great kind of like game to play on the go. So I feel like it works really well for the 3DS. So this is going to be another one that maybe I'll bring to work and start playing it. And it says here, it's all 6 games in the award-winning Bit Trip series. So I didn't even realize that there were 6 games in here. But yeah, that's pretty good. 6 games for $10. Can't really beat that, you know? And next up is another one on that Hidden Gems video, and that is Battleship. Yes, surprisingly, the Battleship game based off of the movie. And it actually has like bonus inside up to $10 movie cash. I wonder if that still even works. But yeah, it's another tactics-based game. And so when I found that out, that it was actually like pretty decent playing tactics-based game from that video, I was like, why wouldn't I give it a shot? So $10, again, can't beat it. And last up for the 3DS games is Young Justice Legacy. Now, I will say this one, the seal kind of looks almost like a reseal, if I'm being honest with you, just because it doesn't, I don't know, factory seals don't usually have like all these like lines and stuff. So this might be a reseal. Again, that's fine. As long as the game and manual and stuff is in here, I'll be okay with that. I've always liked the Young Justice series. And so when I saw that it had a game, I was like, yeah, why not? I'll pick it up. I really don't even honestly know what kind of game this is, just judging from the screenshots on the back and stuff. It almost kind of looks like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance style game, if I'm being honest with you. I can't like guarantee that, but eventually when I play this game, we'll figure it out. Next up, and finally, we have Switch games. And I did get 2 Switch games, both from VGP. Again, they were on sale, and they're games I've been wanting for a long time, so I ended up finally picking up Balatro. This is a special edition, includes 10 Balatro cards. I guess they're inside here. This is a game, I have played it actually. A friend of mine gave me her Switch to try it out with, and I can see why it's super addicting. I really do want to open this, especially, I do have a trip coming up at the end of January, and on the plane ride, this is definitely going to be one of the games that I'm going to be taking with me, because this is just a really good, quick pick up and play kind of a game. I also really want to show my dad this game, because he's really into poker and stuff, and like card games, and I think he'll really enjoy this. And if I show him, he might enjoy it, and then he can get it on his phone, because obviously he doesn't have a Switch or anything like that. But this is a cool game, and I can't wait to start playing this one. And last but certainly not least, the last Switch game and the last game for this video that I picked up is Metal Slug Tactics. This game I played on Xbox Game Pass when I did Game Pass Roulette streams, back when we used to stream on twitch.tv/nerdcrew, which I will start streaming again soon. My goal is to try and stream about once a month, where I'm going to play some backlog games. But anyway, when I used to do those kinds of streams, I did play this for about 30-ish minutes. It's a really cool little tactics game, and since I decided to get rid of my Xbox, some of the games that I played on Game Pass specifically, I want to try and buy for other systems. I did have the option to get this on PlayStation, but I did decide to get it on the Switch. Not because it was cheaper or anything like that, just because I felt like I was going to enjoy it more on my Switch too. And so I ended up getting it on there. I like tactics games. A lot of them are really long, unfortunately. I think this is a shorter one. I still think it's long. I think it's still like probably 20, 30 hours long, but it's shorter compared to a lot of other tactics games, which are like 60 plus hours easily. This year, I ended up completing Tactics Ogre Reborn. It did reinvigorate my spirit to try and play more and more tactics games, and I've been seeing a lot on Steam. I will be honest with you. If I had a Steam Deck, it would be over. It would just be full of tactics games. But yeah, so I saw this one on sale on VGP and decided to add it to the collection. All right, and that's everything I got in the month of December 2025, and goddamn was it a lot of stuff. I will say again, I really don't think I paid full price for basically anything in these. I'm looking through it, and yeah, I think I got basically all this stuff on sale. Maybe there's a couple things I'm forgetting about right now as of recording this, but yeah, I definitely think I got almost every single thing I bought on sale. A lot of it from the Whatnot app. A lot of interesting looking games, a lot of great looking manga. I can't wait to keep reading Berserk. It's something I really have been trying to get into for years now, and I just couldn't decide whether I wanted the big collector's editions or if I wanted the smaller normal manga. And then finally, when we were at a bookstore looking at manga and stuff for Erica's birthday, I was like, it's time. I'm going to get the first volume and start reading it, and I'm already hooked. I got to be honest with you. I've watched the anime back in the day. Well, I shouldn't say back in the day. It was a couple years ago I watched it, but I've watched the old 90s anime, and I enjoyed it a lot, so I'm really looking forward to finally starting my Berserk journey. I feel like it's a little late in life, but finally starting that. As for the other manga, Dandadan, I'm telling you, the internet is just not ready for season 3. They just announced that season 3 is probably going to come out in 2027, and that'll give me time definitely to get way ahead of the anime, but the internet is not going to be ready for when season 3 comes out. It can't be. There's no way they're going to see it coming. Anime only watchers are not going to see where this manga is taking its twist and turn to. And then when it comes to the games, I mean, I'm just adding to the backlog. Now that Nerd Talk Radio exists and my fellow co-hosts are picking games for me to play from the backlog, it has really been helping me get through some of these old backlog games. And even though I'm adding, like, I don't know, it's probably like a 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 ratio at this point for every one game I'm playing due to Nerd Talk Radio. There's like 5 I'm adding to the backlog. I do see a future for next year where I'm going to reel in the game collecting a lot more because I want to focus on a lot of other stuff too. And so I'm going to try and play more games and buy less is the plan. Buy less than I bought this year. Like, I'm still going to go to a couple conventions and I'm going to go to a couple places where I'm definitely going to want to, like, you know, go all out and get a bunch of games and stuff. But generally speaking, this year, and these videos specifically have taught me that I am definitely going a little too hard on the game collecting. And so I definitely want to, in next year, dial it back a little bit and start focusing more on playing some of these games. I'm really happy for Nerd Talk Radio because they are picking games for me. They're picking great games, by the way. And so I'm excited to see what they pick next and start barreling through this backlog. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. I really like making these videos. It kind of shows me like the growth of my collection and stuff. But yeah, man, I'm excited for next year, or at the time of watching this video, because it'll be out January 1st or around January 1st. This year, I'm really excited for 2026. A 2026 goals video will be definitely coming out probably late January. If I had to guess, it would be late January is when it'll be filmed, edited, done, and out the door, because January is most likely going to be this video, most likely a Nerd Talk Radio episode, and then it'll probably be a goals episode, and maybe one more video that I'm thinking about. So we'll see. January's going to be stacked. February's probably going to also be stacked. But yes, thanks again so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, subscribe. We really appreciate it. We have grown this year. This YouTube channel really was kind of just a place that we just kind of put VODs up, and it wasn't showing any growth. It was just kind of almost like, this is my way of keeping a catalog of all the stuff that we're doing over on Twitch. But ever since I kind of quit Twitch and started doing this more, I shouldn't say full-time, because this isn't a full-time job for me. This is just kind of for fun. I have seen some growth on this channel. Like, we've gotten a few subscribers this year, tail end of this year. We've gotten a lot of views, a lot more views than I ever imagined. I was guesstimating that these videos were going to get 5 to 10 views a month at most, you know what I mean, when they came out, and they have surprisingly been getting, you know, double digits pretty easily. Nerd Talk Radio has been going well. It's great to talk to my friends. I'm glad people are liking the conversations. And again, we appreciate any comments that you guys go down and put down in the comment section down below. But yes, once again, thank you for a great, awesome 2025. And here's looking to 2026. Until next time, I'll catch you nerds later.